Hey, everybody. This is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Hey, Josh.
And a big old gulp of water in there.
Hey.
That's good.
Hey, we got our friend Matt Gregg here.
Yep.
Good to be here.
Episode
well, I say
112.
friend, but right before this, he was like, I don't know you guys.
He did.
I don't know you well.
Acquaintances.
Yeah, we're highly acquainted.
Yeah.
Well, I just said friend. So
I like that.
Friend
Okay.
versus acquaintances.
Yeah,
There's a gap
we'll
there.
take that. That's good.
That little ditty down. I like that.
Highly
acquainted. I feel like you're back
don't
in
know how
like
to
the
spell
church that I grew up in, and you're like highly anointed.
Highly
Yeah.
anointed.
I don't know how to
Highly
spell
favored.
Acquaintance.
I'll always just do like voice to text.
Quaint.
You'll get there.
Well, that one. I'll figure it out.
But yeah, we've been trying to have Matt on for a while,
Yeah.
and we're really excited. I'm excited that you're here.
I am too.
I really am.
I got a doctor's excuse from the wife to come.
Nice.
So it was nice.
Doctor's excuse.
You know, it's always challenging because you want to like do fun stuff,
Yeah.
but with 4 kids, you're like, when can I do fun
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
And so,
absolutely. It's
good.
even with 2.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I feel like I have no time.
yeah.
it's gone.
I get like 1 hour where I go
we
work
shoot
out.
this every week. So
Yeah, that's true.
we find time for things, but definitely,
Yeah.
it's rough. It can be.
Yeah. The
And ours aren't even old enough to like have stuff to do yet.
Yeah.
They're just
Well,
years. Jason is,
yeah,
but like,
he'll do
yeah.
like baseball. And
Like
all
my
that
kids don't have a schedule. They don't like go to things, and they do some, but it's just.
Yeah, we're just now into sports mode, and that's the challenge.
stuff. Which sports are you guys in?
So Audrey's doing volleyball.
Okay.
And then Jack's doing baseball. And then Walker's going to do flag football in the fall.
Okay. Are they all liking the sports so far?
Yeah. I mean, Jack's still in that age where, like, this is his first, like, sport since he did, like, soccer as a little kid.
Yeah.
And
How
so
old is he?
he's 12.
Okay.
And so he's like, it's a good age for him to get into it. But
Yeah.
he's also like,
Is he behind?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what
So
to do.
we feel that now with a 7-year-old. Like we got him into baseball, and their kids like hitting it out of the park,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Which end of the bat do I hold?"
Right.
And it's like,
I had that thought of, like, what bat do we get him?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh gosh,
It's been so long.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then I didn't realize that bats were $200.
Louisville Slugger,
A normal one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's a good call.
just because.
Because like if Jason doesn't, if you went and bought a $400 one,
Oh,
and he
I'm not
doesn't
going to do
play
that.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
no
not
point.
going to do that.
True. So, but a lot of
But
people
they grow
do.
out of it too
Yeah.
quick too.
Yeah.
We found one on sale last time. It was like we just drove to Hoover, and there was one on sale at Academy. This is like really specific stuff now, but yeah, it's weird that like I felt like whenever I was a kid, like even when I started getting into like kid pitch and stuff, that like kids weren't that good. Like everybody was on like a kind of level playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's these kids are like indoctrinated from the time they're 3.
Did you ever have? So we had this one guy that played whenever I think I was 12, and he was the guy I was like scared to go up against.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like as a kid, I was like, he's throwing 90. He's
Yeah.
got to be throwing 90.
I had that in soccer.
Yeah.
There was a kid that everybody was like, "Don't mess with Rusty," and I was like,
Rusty.
it was like my first year playing soccer. I didn't even know I didn't know what soccer was. I was
Yeah.
just like, this is, you know,
I'm surprised they had that down in D-Mall.
oh yeah, but we got all of it. Soccer,
4 on
baseball.
4. Yeah.
There's a 4 across soccer and baseball.
But yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy scare me.
Yeah.
And like we came face to face with each other, and he stood there for a second, and like looked at me, and then kicked the ball as hard as he could, right at my nose, and then I walked off the field crying, just like blood all over my jersey.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think this soccer thing's for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it hurts.
yeah.
Speaking of kids,
Speaking of kids,
Transition. I
yeah.
love that.
it was a good one.
so this is
I gotta know what this is.
This is an article that I read this week. It is parents outraged after 12 kids drink floor sealant instead of milk at camp.
Wow.
Parents are furious after learning their children were given floor sealant instead of milk to drink at a summer camp on Tuesday.
Yeah.
2 adults So there were 2 grown people that were like, this milk tastes funny, and I guess just kept drinking it. But 2 adults and 12 kids drank the sealant with breakfast at the Raleigh Summer Program at Juneau, Alaska.
Is that Juneau?
Juneau, that's what it was.
Oh
I was like, I know I've heard this. I know I've seen this word before, and I'm going to butcher it. We're still investigating how it happened.
That's like 5 letters. It's not even a rough one.
What? Acquainted?
Hey,
Do we know how to spell acquainted?
Juneau.
If I saw acquainted on here, I'd know what it was.
I would too. Juneau.
What we do know is that the sealant that was packaged in large pouches was mistakenly delivered to the site on a small pallet as boxes of large pouches of milk. Oh, on the same pallet. So the
So
2
they
were
put the
on the
pouches
same
of
pallet.
sealant and the pouches of milk together.
And the liquid looked just like the milk and was mistakenly put in the milk dispenser. The sealant didn't have an odor, so it wasn't immediately obvious. After students sipping the sealant complained about the taste, 2 staff members told them to shut up and keep drinking, probably. But they were wondering if it was spoiled milk. Now, that's what I would do to my kid. If he was like, this milk tastes bad, I'd be like, dude,
Chill.
yeah, it says it's fine.
Yeah. Just cleanse your palate and keep moving.
Yeah.
The expiration date's for 2028. But
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, it says it's good on stomachs and floors.
Yeah.
Once the error was realized, staff stopped the children from drinking any further, contacted poison control. Expected to be a low ingestion hazard.
So you can drink a lot of sealant and be all right?
I guess so. This specific one.
Yeah. The bag sealant?
Yeah. I just can't believe it took so long to even just to tell me, you know, like apparently it took a while for the parents to find out.
Cover up.
And then somebody else said, I don't see my daughter going there anymore.
Yeah, I would say so. I think I'd be good.
Yeah. But that's wild to me.
Yeah.
So it's powdered milk? Is that what
No,
it was?
it was a liquid.
In bags.
And the
Okay.
sealant.
I don't
was
know what it's like in Alaska, but in South America and Central America, it's in bags.
in bags.
Okay.
I'm sure that it probably is based on shipping because
Yeah.
it takes a lot to ship stuff
Yeah.
to Alaska.
Yeah.
But yeah, could you imagine taking a big old swig of some floor sealant?
I guess it ain't that bad. And for 2 adults to just be like, I guess it's fine.
I guess it's fine.
It must have been, yeah. If it didn't have an odor and they didn't like, I don't know. Because I'm thinking of like paint or like
Yeah.
any kind of sealant. I'm going to know that's not milk.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the effects are. Like,
Oh, yeah.
does that mean they just don't go to the bathroom for a year?
It seals everything
they
up.
probably
They gotta go
extra
get it.
go to the bathroom.
Oh, I guess so,
as
yeah.
I would imagine, just
Unless
based on.
it sets,
Yeah,
then they got a porcelain gut.
that's right.
I don't think your stomach acid would
Take care of that.
let that happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild.
They probably try and flush your system
With some water, you
with a
think?
lot of water.
Yeah,
Speaking of water.
you have none
it
in
was
your
my-
body.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what we're talking about? I was
No,
going to
it
talk
was-
about. I was just going to talk about the fact that we talked about this in my house. So think back. Do you remember your dad like needing water after he cut the grass or worked, or I don't remember my dad ever
Yeah.
like. But
No.
nowadays, oh, you have a headache, you need some water.
Yeah.
You're
You're
dehydrated.
dehydrated.
It's like there's
That's
not
probably in part to like we know more now.
true, but like you'd think if they needed water, they'd drink some water. I don't remember people being obsessed.
Well, they'd
with
also
water.
give you cocaine for a headache. So
Well, not when I was alive.
not
What
when
are
you were
talking-
alive.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about like
when
we
I-
just learn more as time goes
yeah,
on.
they
and
put
so it's-
cigarettes in sea rations for soldiers. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff we'll look back on and be like, oh, that's
Also,
pretty
don't think it
stupid.
would be my dad that would complain about being dehydrated. I think it would have been my mom, just based on the people that complain about it in our household currently.
Yeah,
Wow.
she doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
pretty
So
loosey
I'm
goosey with
clear.
it.
I'm
He's pretty
clear.
loosey goose with it.
I'm free and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll literally. I think it's almost every day. She's like, I'm dehydrated. Drink some water
Yeah. Get
or a
you one.
Gatorade or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my dad drank a lot of usually a soda or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And you're
Tea.
like,
We drank
why?
a ton of sweet tea.
yeah.
and Coke.
I don't know if my dad ever drank water.
Yeah, I'm telling.
I don't
I'm
remember
saying.
seeing him with like a bottle of water.
Or a
Yeah.
glass out of the sink. He never.
Mm-mm. Dr. Pepper.
But now, like, you better get your 60 ounces or you'll die, which is kind of true. But I just,
Yeah.
I guess they just built different back then.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
Could be the stuff in food.
Now that's a big old
Like preservatives and all that other stuff might be soaking up all our water.
Well, it is. I mean, like, especially in the last, 30 years, there's like everything's changed. Like, food's changed.
Yeah.
Like, all the like recipes have changed. And so, I mean, that's part of it.
MSG, all the preservatives and stuff.
Yeah.
It preserves food. It's not going to stop preserving what it's sitting on.
Yeah.
It's just preserving all the
Your
not
stomach.
water in your stomach.
But yeah, it's just a funny thought that like I've never seen my granddad drink a glass of water, but nowadays it's water or bust.
I will say, I remember being on the job site with my dad because he used to do construction, concrete, and he had like a little business or whatever. But we had like the big yellow round
With the plastic,
with
the
the
little paper.
little paper cups,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would remember him like one of those.
Yeah.
Every like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And so like.
That's like a sip.
Yeah,
Like
the
a sip
rest
of
of
water.
it, the rest of the day, he's just like, "Hey, hand me a Dr Pepper."
Yeah.
And we're like blazing heat in the middle of like summer in Alabama, and he's just like, "Give me a Dr Pepper."
Well, and it's also, so Carla's been really big into that. Like, she's wanting to, like, we're drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to do what, like half your body weight in ounces.
In ounces. Yep.
I am just now getting there.
It's
Like,
hard, dude.
It's so hard to do.
And I ain't got time to pee that much.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
you
a
go all the
lot
time.
of pee.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Josh is doing the math.
I'm trying to figure out how many
Probably
ounces.
about 90 ounces.
What? But how many ounces?
How much do you weigh?
200
So 100 ounces.
to 100 ounces.
You need 4/5 of a gallon.
How much
Yeah.
is? How much is it?
That's probably 32.
Yeah.
But if you put
probably
ice in it, it
32.
don't count.
Well, the ice melts, and then you drink the ice. I figured it'd have it down on the bottom.
It's probably a
I
30.
think it's 30 ounces actually.
30?
Yeah.
The
So I gotta
best thing
drink
to
4
do.
of those. I'll probably drink that much.
A year or two ago, I cared a lot about water and would drink a gallon a day.
Because you had a bunch of kidney stones.
Kidney stones.
Part of it.
Yeah. And
Yep.
then you said, screw it.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking any
But I
more
would
water.
drink. So I just bought like a gallon of water. And I did the hokey, like, Sharpie line of the time
Yeah.
that you need to be
Yeah.
at this point to be done. And I did it for a couple of months, drinking a gallon a day. It was awful.
I heard a guy, he was a doctor one time, or a dietitian. Or
Once he was a doctor.
Yeah, one time he
Just
was
one
a
time.
doctor.
One time.
But
One
he,
his story as
he
a
said
doctor.
the best determination for like you need water, it's your body's going to tell you. Like
Yeah.
when you're thirsty, don't drink sodas,
Something-
drink water.
Right.
Like that's the thing that's
If you want a soda, do it when you're full, like a little treat.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little.
guess so.
Yeah.
But if you and also they say if you're hungry 2 out of 3 times, it's actually just your
Dehydration.
thirst. If
Yeah.
you'll just drink a glass of water, you're
Yeah.
not hungry anymore.
I had somebody tell me, I said, hey, look, why is it that I can drink like a whole energy drink
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I'm just back at normal? Like, I'm not like, ah. And they said dehydration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, if you drink coffee and you don't have water, like, you're probably gonna get a whole lot more like
Yeah.
anxious than
Yeah.
you would if you had water.
The symptom, yeah, or not symptoms, but the side effects of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that like water now is it.
Yeah.
And then, but like not. I'm 30, and when my dad that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the word water at all.
Yeah. I do remember my dad saying, don't drink that water too fast. like, don't drink too much of that.
Yeah.
It'll hurt you.
Well, when you're a kid and you're drinking, especially like Gatorade and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
get sloshy.
Yeah.
And I always remember that. Because
Oh,
you
yeah,
start
I
running, you're
remember-
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I haven't felt sloshy in
yeah.
years.
You don't do it
Oh.
anymore. Yeah, because you don't chug it and then go run a
So
lap.
go. You don't cut your own grass.
No, I don't.
Oh.
But you chug a big old buddy and crank that lawnmower up, you'll get it.
Feel it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's funny that I remember
does.
my dad.
Every
just
time I
being
feel
like,
it,
don't
it
drink it
sends
too
me-
fast.
It sends me back to being a kid though.
Yeah.
Every time it happens. That's funny.
Man, I also miss the powdered Gatorade.
They still have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you also like you would. So I was in band in high school, and so
Same.
we would go to band camp,
Same.
and we would do
What'd
the
you play?
powdered. I was a trumpet player.
Trumpet,
Trombone.
trombone. That's
Yeah.
right.
Did you do band? Football.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Freaking
football.
nerd.
Look up.
Yeah. Loser.
Freaking loser.
But we would do the powdered Gatorade, and then you get to the bottom, and it's like syrup.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like thick.
Yeah.
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 We had it. They'd make purple for us. They'd make it up for football.
Do you
And it was-
remember?
Man, you don't want me to talk about
Sorry.
this, do you?
Sorry.
Tell us about football.
Hey,
Sorry.
it's fine, man.
It just popped in my
Hey,
brain, and then
sports.
I was like, I gotta
hey,
get it out.
Screw sports. What you
Yeah.
got, Josh?
It has something similar
Come
to do
on.
with sports.
Come on.
I haven't got the wind knocked out of me,
Yeah.
but I remember all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I would get you'd get hit real hard, and it was like,
Couldn't breathe. Yeah.
did you ever have that happen?
Yeah, it's been a while. But
Yeah.
I also didn't do. I did soccer, so I didn't do football, so I didn't really get the
Yeah.
wind knocked out as much.
Well, I did, but band.
Yeah.
So,
And so somebody walked up and just hit your trombone.
oh, they'd probably just punch me. They're like,
That's what happened.
After the third or fourth locker stuff, you'd get the
yeah,
wind knocked out of you.
yeah, yeah.
But it's funny now because Walker, who's 9, he'll get it just knocked out all the time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, buddy, you okay? Like, I think you're dying right now. Yeah.
Or I remember a time that I bruised my tailbone real bad, and I was little, and I thought I was gonna die.
yeah.
It was the
Oh, you remember when you were riding your bike and then you'd hit your tailbone on the like your feet would come off the pedals or something, and then
Yeah.
that
You'd
seat
hit
would
the-
hit you real
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah.
Talk about pain. I don't think I've felt that type of pain as an adult. I broke
That's
my
funny.
arm.
yeah. You
That's
broke
funny.
your arm. Have you had a kidney stone?
No, I've not.
Oh,
I've never had it.
Yeah, I drink water.
dang, you haven't.
We both drink water.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
You're drinking
I,
an
this
energy
is
drink
full of water.
as we speak.
This is coconut water.
No, it's not.
It's got coconut water in it.
In it, it's also got a bunch of chemicals in it.
It is a rehab monster, though.
Yeah,
It's
coconut
My
water.
bad.
Boom,
Never
right
mind.
there.
Yeah, what's the percentage of coconut water in there?
Is it on here?
I'm sure. It's got to be. You know that you could put a drop in there and then say it's coconut water.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
it's got coconut water in it.
I don't like coconuts anyway, so
Wow.
don't taste like coconuts.
No, it tastes like.
So speaking of,
I'm gonna let you navigate this because I don't know what's next.
I literally speaking of kids,
Speaking of kids,
Netflix.
Netflix.
So I had this thought the other day of, so like we know how Netflix movies are generally trash.
Terrible.
Yeah. Usually you watch a Netflix movie and you're
Wait,
like,
so why do we think it's trash?
so here's that's what I'm going to get into.
Yeah, I wanna
this
see
is
this.
why
Seems like
I
y'all
think
talked before this.
no,
No.
we legit
No.
haven't.
Because I'm also the type of person that's like the most obscure movie I would love, and then
Okay.
Carla would be like, "Why do you care about this?"
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Just different.
I've got some really good like indie movies that I've loved over the years.
Yeah.
Have you
But-
seen 12 Angry Men? The old classic from like
Yeah.
the 50s.
It's been
black
a while.
and white.
Yeah.
I still haven't.
It's exceptional.
We've been talking about this for
I've told them to watch it
112
for
episodes.
a year.
It's. I also went through a phase though where I was like, I can't watch black and white because it was just too.
You know, they remade it in the 90s.
Yeah.
And what's his face? The main character is still the main character.
Is it Jack Lemmon?
No, it's
Who's the main guy?
oh, it's some like more famous daughter's dad.
Okay.
She was an actress. Oh. Anyway, you should watch. You've
Okay.
watched it. You still
Okay.
need to watch
Yeah.
it. Please
I
do. Netflix. Why do we think
so
their movies are bad?
The reason that I think Netflix is bad movies is so like with a follow me this way. Movie companies like Paramount and all these other people,
Yeah.
they'll have movies that like start in development and then like people will be super excited about them and then you won't hear about them for like 2 or 3 years. And I think they go through like this process and then they're
Netflix
like,
gets it.
Netflix is just like, you're greenlit.
Yeah.
You want to make a movie about
You're a
giant-
comedian.
Yeah.
You've got 30 minutes of material. We'll give
Which-
you a special immediately.
Yeah, there's an old South Park skit that or episode that's like that, where it's like the Netflix like CEO, and he's just got a phone sitting there, and it's like he picks up the phone and he's like, "Yeah, dinosaurs
Fighting
killing Nazis.
robots?
Yeah, cool. You're greenlit. And then he like hangs up, and then like somebody, it's like, oh yeah, you're greenlit, and then he hangs up the phone.
Wow.
And that just like movie companies have been doing this for like 100 years probably, and like they've got like, oh, this formula, like I know this is going to be
green light everything.
yeah, it was like all these movies aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
And so, and people get upset. They're like, oh, I really wanted to see the movie about whatever Amelia Earhart, and then they didn't make it.
Is that Dale's daughter?
Yeah, Dale's daughter.
Can you
Amelia.
Earnhart.
No, say her name right.
Earnhardt.
She's from Jono, Alaska.
Jono,
Yeah.
Alaska.
Dale's daughter.
But yeah, that's why I was thinking about that this week, and that's like why I think
why they are actually bad is because people skip over them to watch other movies that aren't Netflix movies.
Wait, what?
People go to Netflix to binge
Yeah.
or watch old movies that they know are good.
Mm-hmm.
People don't generally venture out to new stuff.
I think I would agree with you in the past.
Well,
but
and they just know that
now-
nobody's clicking on these movies.
But now I think more people are watching these movies because they've got bigger name actors.
Sure.
Like
Well, that's because
they're making bigger movies now.
Yeah.
And they're still not great though.
Do you have an example? It's about him.
the new Adam Sandler movie
Oh,
that LeBron produced.
That one
Hustler.
wasn't that bad.
It was good.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying
haven't
it's
seen
very
Yeah.
good. Were you saying give an example of bad
Yeah,
ones?
like what's a bad one?
The Adam Sandler's the Hubie.
Hubie Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. No.
It was
that was
terrible.
horrible.
It was meant to, he
But, you know,
claims
he-
it was meant to be
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
But
because he made
he didn't
Uncut
win an
Gems.
Academy Award,
Yeah.
and so
And-
he said the next movie I make, y'all, is gonna suck.
It's gonna be the worst movie
You gotta
that
balance
you've
it
ever
out.
seen.
Yeah.
What about the what was it? The Adam Project? Was that?
See, I
Netflix?
haven't seen that one yet.
It's good.
I really want to.
Who watched it?
All of
Spiderhead just recently came out.
I'm looking forward. I've got that on my
okay.
queue.
It wasn't bad, but
Yeah.
it wasn't good.
All of any Will Smith Netflix movie has tanked, and there's like 3 of them.
Bright was good.
That nobody watched.
Bright was. It was
interesting.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it was good. It was cinematic, like it was well produced.
Yeah.
But also like
And-
the concept's just weird.
And so that's the thing with think of a typical. It's hard to think of a typical person, but a typical American sitting down at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. They just put their kid to sleep, and they turn on Netflix, and they're like, "Okay, that's Will Smith, but that's cop monsters."
Yeah.
Or I can
And
watch
fairies.
Armageddon again.
Yeah.
I guess we're
Armageddon.
we're different because
Yeah.
like I see a movie like the Spiderhead movie. I was like, oh, Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, let's watch that. Like,
Yeah.
might as well. We haven't seen it
But
before.
you just said that because it was 2 people.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I think more people are clicking on them
Because
because
they're-
of the bigger
So
name
they-
actors.
But that's
and
why
stuff.
Netflix hasn't turned a profit in a minute, and they've claimed it's from their in-house development
Yeah.
stuff is just using up all the money they make.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
why I thought
But
when
they're
you said
staying in business,
Netflix,
so.
you were going to talk about they're offering another tier with ads that's cheaper.
Yeah, they're starting to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I probably won't.
I mean, I feel like Netflix needs to have like a free solution.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do ads,
If it's
Like-
with ads.
Yeah.
Which
you
Nate
remember
Bargatze
whenever-
was talking about this other day on his podcast.
Yeah.
He was talking about Sirius XM. That was supposed to be just no ads.
Here's the funny thing about him. I watched his podcast.
Do you like Nate?
I love him.
I love him.
But it's really funny to see his progression
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was watching his podcast today and I was like, wow, his beard is like really nice.
Money.
Like he just got
Oh,
it cleaned
man.
up and then walked in the
Dude,
studio to do
you
it.
see the way he looked in
And
his
the
first
way
special?
he used to when he didn't have a beard.
He looks like us sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he looks
worse
like a
than
He looks
us.
supermodel.
he looks like you guys.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm new. I can't.
Well, and you got your hair cut.
Yeah.
I cut it 2 days ago.
Your
for the
beard looks
podcast.
nice and everything.
But going back to, I just feel like, going back as a kid, you're like, I don't really remember us paying for cable.
Yeah.
So we didn't because we were poor and we only had
Right.
2 channels. But
Yeah.
that
Well,
was-
now like my parents have AT&T and all, like
Yeah.
stuff them like you have 1,000 channels and
Yeah.
you don't
Oh,
watch
yeah.
any of it.
Well, we used to do it up until like episode 70. I would tell you what episode we were doing was the channel of when I was a kid.
Oh wow.
Because we had
Okay.
Yeah.
we had like 50 channels that started at 14, and that was ESPN, and
Yeah.
then went to 72, which was National Geographic, and that was it.
Yeah. So we had that in Demopolis. It was Demopolis CATV, which I don't know if that was like a designator or like the type of cable that it
cable
was.
access
Cable
television.
access television. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like $30.
Yeah.
And I think it was put on through the city.
Right.
So
Well,
it wasn't expensive.
yeah.
But you could get direct TV with like
Do y'all still have cable?
No, we do. So we do Disney, and then we kind of flip flop between Netflix. and
1, 2,
Disney.
3 movies.
Yeah. What?
1, 2, 3 movies.
What is that?
Website.
Oh no.
Yes.
Is that what you use?
That's not what I use.
Okay.
I use another one, but yeah.
No. Yeah.
I use
No, we
Duckbox.
flip flop, and then we also do Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
but
How many of those do y'all pay for?
we pay for all of them.
Oh, okay.
We're Christians, so we have to pay for all of them.
Anna's parents are Christians.
That's true.
Yeah, the primary account holder is a Christian.
Yeah. And they offered it. It's a slap in the face to say no.
No, we-
I'm not going to turn that blessing down for them.
Yeah, well, like, so Carla's parents don't really watch. They have Dish, and they don't really watch
Yeah.
TV. And so every once in a while, we'll use their login to watch a football game
Yeah.
or something. But that's about it.
My parents, if they came out with like a new television program that just had Newsmax and Fox News, they'd probably be fine.
Right. That's all you need.
Yeah.
News, and
Yeah.
news.
News and news.
Certain
Yeah. Right-leaning news.
You said it yourself is right, but
So I asked you guys earlier. So we're going back to kids.
Yeah.
We're still on kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we did Netflix. We did kids.
Yeah.
So as a kid, what was the craziest thing you did? And I said under 16. So
Yeah.
So at 16, if that counts.
okay, 16 and under.
Yeah, I'll do it real quick.
Okay.
At 16, me, two buddies, decided we found out a coach slash history teacher was getting married at the beach, and he was like our age now. He was like younger and cool, and he would like let us come and hang out in his class. And we found out he was getting married, and he invited like the families of the people in Orange Beach on the beach. Me and two of my buddies drive down there, find the thing set up on the beach, and ask the person setting it up, like, is this for this certain wedding? And they're like, yeah, it's in 2 hours. So we run back to the public showers at Orange Beach, shower, dress up, run back to the wedding, and we come back as it's already started, and we walk up to the back chairs, and he looks at us
Like, what are you doing?
like he was gonna kill us. And then it was a tiny little ceremony. It was cool.
Yeah.
And then he came and hugged us and took a picture with us. I think he was like really touched deep down. He
And
was
you-
pissed at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But-
I thought you guys like we were trying to make it as a joke, and he didn't take the joke. And
We
he
were
was-
kind of going as a joke. It was definitely a joke.
And then he loved
we were
it.
16. I think he.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's the sweetest thing you
But
guys
it was
could have
it was
done."
the same week. It was like 09. Saban was here, and we played Arkansas and went back and forth with Arkansas, like in overtime or in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter, back to back to back, and we were freaking out in the car, listening to it, driving back home.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was whatever game that was.
09. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's funny. I think it's funny to hear a lot of people, they'll be like, yeah, so Saban was here, so this is the year.
Yeah.
he's like
And
the
the-
BC.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Or
the
BS.
Yeah, it'd be the BS.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah.
What was your craziest thing as a kid?
I'm so, well, like, when I got older, we did just like dumb stuff.
Yeah.
So here's two stories. One, we were going to roll somebody's house, and it was that thing where you're like, we had nothing to do on Friday night, so
Yeah.
we were like, let's
Right.
go roll houses, and it was like
Where did you grow up?
Pleasant Grove,
Oh,
so up in Birmingham,
yeah.
and so
You a Spartan?
yeah, wow, how'd you know
Purple and
that?
gold?
Yeah.
Purple and yellow?
He grew up.
I'm
up
from
there.
Gardendale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you were a rocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so we went and rolled one guy's house, and he was one of our friends. So it wasn't like malicious or anything
Right.
like that. It was just like, let's just go get him. So I get in the back of the car after we finish doing everything, we roll and everything, and I get in the back of the car. We're like, we gotta go. And I look over, and he's sitting beside me. And I was like, what are you doing, man? He was like, let's go. And I was like, that was the strangest thing. And so then we went to another house and rolled somebody
The
else's
guy
house.
whose house you rolled?
Yeah,
was-
yeah,
got
yeah.
in
He
while
got
y'all
in.
were rolling it.
And I
That's
assumed that he was
insane.
like rolling with
Let's
us.
go.
We gotta
And so
go.
we're
We
like,
gotta go.
Yeah.
My
Like,
parents are waking
wow.
up.
My dad gets out here. That's funny.
Yeah, and that's the same crew that we would always do weird stuff. Like we would come to Bryce. It's like 45-minute drive. So we would come to Bryce and bring people down. So we would have a group of people that would come in 15, 20 minutes early
Yeah.
and just sit in little nooks and crannies.
We
And
did
Those
that
are
a
the ones
bunch.
that get
we would send
nabbed.
somebody through. Yeah.
We did that a bunch.
Yeah, it was fun, and then every once in a while you would catch the security guard like sleeping.
What do you think the
So-
security guard at Bryce got paid?
Oh, probably like $10.
But
Yeah.
see, I wouldn't do it for $10.
Yeah,
Sit in an old nut house
Yeah.
asylum all night for
Yeah.
$10 an hour?
Yeah.
You'd have to pay me like an engineer's money to
Yeah.
do that.
but the other one that I remember was whenever it was before I was 16. I think it was like 14 or 15, and Black Warrior goes all the way up to the backside of Pleasant Grove, go through Adger and other stuff like that. And for some reason, my friend was like, "Hey, we're gonna go jump into the river." I was like, "Okay." And so I didn't know where we were going, and we end up, and it's like, it's later in the afternoon, so it starts about to get dark, and we went to a bridge, and we were like jumping off the bridge, and it wasn't like a driving bridge; it was a train track, like abandoned train track bridge. And the only thing I remember is that
Scary movie. Getting set up right
it's,
here.
It's almost like like that Stand By Me moment where you're like, all right, they're gonna find me
Yeah.
on the side.
Ugh.
But the only thing I remember is my parents somehow drove up, and I was like, oh no.
Before GPS. too.
Yes, yeah, it's
just the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're being
So-
led by.
Yeah. Being
Yeah.
led by the Spirit right there.
Did you get in trouble?
I got in trouble, but I don't remember like getting punished for it.
That's like at 14. What do you gonna get spanked at 14?
Yeah,
Or
they
like,
took away my Sega, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I couldn't have Sega Channel for the summer. That's about it.
Dang,
For the whole summer.
For the whole summer.
was it worth it?
I guess so.
I guess so.
It's got to be.
That's a hard.
So we did a similar thing. So they were in Demopolis. They were dredging out a section of right next to the river, Tom Bigby River, because they were going to make it a new marina right through there. But it took them like 10 years to do all this. And so rainwater would just fill up.
Yeah.
And so we would go over there and we'd jump off. I mean, sometimes the water would be like this deep, and then other times it'd be like up through, up over your head. But we were over there one time, and we heard a truck coming. And we're like, everybody jump in the water. And so we jumped in the water, and then we're like scurrying around and stuff, like in and out of these huge holes. And we like peek up, and it's my dad in a dump truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is he doing?
Looking for you.
What's going on here? It was like a Sunday.
Yeah.
I was like, what's even going on right now? And then he just got a load of dirt and left. I was like,
Didn't even know you were there.
didn't even know I was there.
Wow.
That's wild.
Okay.
Another time I was 15, and I drove all the way to Biloxi from Demopolis.
Wow.
Which is a far drive
Did you
and
hit-
illegal.
Did you hit a slot?
Yeah. There was a girl down there that I knew.
always
that
a
I was
girl.
like, it's always a girl.
Yeah.
And
How old did you say you were?
I was 15.
15.
So she
The ladies' man at 15, huh?
no, because
Did you meet her on Live Journal?
So no, it was
At band camp.
no, it was oh gosh, man, I was gonna make a joke. Now I can't remember the name of it. Zanga. It was on Zanga.
I don't even know what Zanga is.
Yeah, it was a blog site.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, I thought she was into me. She wasn't. She was trying to get one of my friends jealous because apparently they were dating in secret, and so she was like stringing me along. And so I drove all the way to Biloxi, and then she was at work. And
Wow.
at
That's a
Chick-fil-A in Biloxi, and I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll just hang around till you get done with work." And she was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then when she got out of work, she was like,
I got to go home now.
I got a couple of people that are like coming over to hang out if you want to do that." And I was like, yeah, sure.
invited, yeah,
And then
that's
so we went, and like she didn't talk to me the whole time.
Of course not.
Wow.
How old was she?
She was the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was the same age. And then I drove all the way back to Demopolis that night, and I told my mom and dad I was spending the night with a friend. And then
Then when you came back home, you're like, didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Yeah.
I got scared.
Yeah. I think I ended up sleeping in the car like a block away from the house because I got back and it was like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then so at like 6 or 7, I woke up and drove to the house and then went to sleep. And a couple hours later, my mom walks in with MapQuest papers and was like, did you go to Biloxi last night? And I was like,
no, I was just interested.
Yeah.
I just want to see how far it was.
I was like, those aren't mine.
You left them on the printer?
No, I left them in the car.
Oh.
Did they not notice the car was gone?
Well, I was at a friend's house.
With the car, so they let you drive at 15 regardless.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. It was Demopolis.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's only
Other than
one
the
police
police.
officer that was there, and Barney wasn't coming after you.
He wasn't coming. Yeah. I was all the way in Biloxi. He's not going to get me.
Do you know what holds up since we were on shows? Andy Griffith.
Does it?
Yes.
It's a pretty good show.
Like it's one show where you're like, I've seen this episode 20,000 times, but I'm still good.
We never watched it.
Oh, you got to do it.
I need to.
Carla
Even
grew up
black
on
and
it.
white?
Yeah. You can't do color.
Nope.
Like,
You know what other
that's
show holds
one show you can't, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, what are you about to say? Is there something in here?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Does
Great
it?
show. No.
I've never seen
It
it.
doesn't hold up?
Absolutely not.
I love the fact that people are, because we have a son named Walker, and so it's like, oh yeah, what's the other one? Texas Ranger. I'm like, that's good.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about this other day. I stay away from stuff that I'm like, is too easy. Like if somebody's got a son named Walker, I'm not going to be like, oh, is your other son is his middle name Texas Ranger or something?
Yeah.
I stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
This is like people, if I can come up with something that nobody's heard or I think is too far off, I'm not going to say it.
This
That's the things I'm going to
so
say.
perfectly into this. I've wanted to say this for years. So what happens when somebody in a big truck drives by and honks their horn and revs their engine? What do people say? That you're around. You can say it G-rate, whatever.
That
That guy's got a small wiener.
Okay.
or
right?
a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Being
That's
facetious.
just as annoying to me as the truck.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's low hanging fruit.
It's
We
on
don't-
the ground.
everybody
It's not
knows
even
it.
low
Let's
hanging.
not say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather him do that twice than him do it and you say,
Like going to
oh, it's going to
yeah, or like somebody's trying to ring something up and it doesn't ring up and they're like, must be
It's free.
free.
Yeah.
Just I want to punch you in the face.
Well,
That's fine.
that person's heard that a million times today.
Because that person's probably afraid to lose their job if they
They're
accidentally
just- yeah.
give something away free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But
no.
I don't know if the truck thing will ever not happen. Like that's all, unless we get rid of trucks that you can rev up with big wheels or whatever. Like the
Yeah, what would your-
response from that is like built into people.
Well, I mean, unless electric trucks are like all that's out there.
Yeah, you can't really
rev
rev.
those up.
Yeah, they'll find a way.
Yeah.
Unless you stick your head out the window and you're like,
Speaker
yeah,
in the trunk.
that's gonna be the new
It just makes that noise.
that guy. He's that guy.
That guy. Man. Those people.
So this is something interesting that I want to talk about real quick.
All right.
And we might not even have enough time to talk about it, but you're here and so one of our like ways that we know each other but don't know each other, we should have known each other, was through music. We were both in the like hardcore screamo scene, and you were in a ska band, and it was a good ska band.
So here's the funny thing.
Oh gosh,
The first time I met you, we were at the church, and
yeah,
I think Derek was talking to you, and I said something to him, and then kind of walked off. And then I think you said to Derek like something like, "Who is that?" or whatever. And Derek was like, "Yeah, that's Matt. He used to play in Evil Right Wing Conspiracy, our band." And then you like were like, "What?"
Evil right wing
Yeah,
conspiracy.
Evil Right Wing
Yeah.
Are y'all on the
Conspiracy.
internet?
I don't think so. I think there's probably
like in the
YouTube.
bowels of YouTube.
Yeah, you
something.
are.
So anyway, Derek came back up to me. He goes, "I think that you have a fanboy," and I was like, "What? A fanboy?" I was like, "How does anybody know who we are?"
So that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because I could feel your like when like we first met and you were like, I'm gonna keep you at arm's distance.
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit
Because this is a little weird.
Yeah.
That you're
because I don't want to take it too far. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, so
But are you a fan of From the Lion's Head?
I don't know who that is.
Didn't even he did
That's
he's
his
never even
band.
heard of it. Yeah, never even heard
We
of
actually played a festival together,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it.
it. Yeah,
That's
and that's like is we were in that same scene, but we never like met.
Yeah.
That was weird to me when we
Well, it was
first.
because I was more Birmingham and
Yeah.
you were more Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's true.
And which is ironically how I met Carla. Was
Yeah.
At a Fish Fest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I met my ex fiance.
It's comfortable.
So, kind of similar. But so talking about music, you're
Yeah.
really into music.
Yeah.
I'm into music as well. I heard this guy talking the other day, and I've had this thought for a long time. Is there's no in the Bible? You've got Psalms, and like almost all the songs are these laments. Like life is tough, things are hard, and like you're able to connect with those verses and stuff because you're like, yeah, I go through that. I have these like moments of like where I don't even know if I can like see God through this. At the end of the psalm, he's like, oh, but like I'm kind of dumb because like you've been here the whole time.
Here's God's glory.
There's no worship songs like that. Like there's no, and I think there should be more where it's like I'm in like the lowest part of my life right now, and like I need a song to connect with that because I mean more times than not you're not the normal person is gonna have so many more times of struggle than they are times of like joy and peace and all that stuff. And you should feel those things within the struggle, but there's none of those like lament songs anymore
Yeah.
that you can connect with.
I think the one of the reasons why there's not is because everything outside of like worship songs and in the Christian world is so depressing and sad.
Yeah.
And I think that what happens, especially in like religion, people get caught up in this like you have to do it a certain way, or they don't find the joy in Christianity.
Yeah.
And so I think that what worship leaders try to do is really try to bring people the joy out of it, and like, hey, here's joy. This is where you, because everything else in the world is not showing them joy.
So is so against joy.
yeah.
It's a good.
That's more appealing that way.
Yeah,
and as a just the
it would be
flow
harder
of
to
a,
commercialize that.
well, and the flow of a service, you've got your hype song,
Yeah.
whatever song, and then a lament song.
Well, I mean,
And then,
if your service was about like, hey, we're going to talk about depression today, then like people who are going through like that depression or whatever, like there's there is one song. He's not a worship leader. It's King's Kaleidoscope, the song "A Prayer," where he talks about like this what I'm in right now is so like hard and like I think one of the lines is my fear is effing violent. Like it's like, and it's so like the first time I heard that song I was like, man, I resonate with that so much. Like in certain times in my life, it's like I feel that so much, and I like it's a pretty like powerful like connection point for me.
I think the
in
challenge
worship.
with that too is that like especially in that like such a deep, intimate, raw moment is that it's kind of like the same conversation of like you don't want to talk about sin in a large group setting. Like it's better for you and me
intimate.
if we're going to talk about it right here.
Yeah.
So that's one reason why I think a lot of people don't do worship songs like that. You'll probably find singer-songwriters
Who
do it,
have
but
them.
yeah.
That's true. Like if it was like a corporate worship setting and you're going through like a song about depression and then somebody's like
Or a song
bawling
about
their eyes out right next
losing
to
your
you.
loved ones, and everybody's just
Wailing.
done.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to rip
Yeah.
right.
And
get that back.
next up is Highlands News, everybody.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right, everybody,
you-
shake a couple of hands.
Yeah. I mean, you have those for sure, and I wouldn't say that they're worship songs.
Yeah.
And you got to think about like what's the context of a worship song. You know, like there's this like theory. I wouldn't say theory, but it's more of like an understanding that worship could be either linear or it's going to be upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
like
Is that praise and worship? Is that the difference?
that's kind of the difference.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah.
one, it's like, hey,
God,
I'm
you're
telling
so
you about
good.
God, and then once more, I'm telling God how good He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think It's not as inward.
Yeah, there was another one that I heard one time that it was outward, like it was like more community, but like it's
communal.
up, in, and then out.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Well, write some.
do it.
oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Or just put
I'm not good at
put
that.
David's words in the music.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a lot. I remember, because I grew up leading worship, and like I remember when I was like, I'm gonna write some worship songs.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I like took like Psalms and was like reading them and like put it to like music. And I was like, what am I doing? Like this doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like force these words into this verse and then like figure out a chorus.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know.
there was a guitar player. He played for Living Sacrifice and then played for POD for a little while. And he had an album that was like just guitar.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And it was like going through Psalms, and it was like different, like instrumentally, like what could have been like just feelings and stuff. And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember that guy's name.
But it's also interesting to hear, like, King's Kaleidoscope is a good example of you see the band on a journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek Webb was like that too. You saw him on a journey and you went through that whole journey with him.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're like, all right, this is my exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, was it Pedro the Lion? He was kind of like similar, where it was he kind of like went off the deep end a little bit, and you're like, I don't think I'm gonna follow you that way.
Then he started doing home shows.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that? Where he'll like come to people's houses and play in the living room
For them?
for them. Yeah.
For money?
I think he did. It would be like traveling or something.
Yeah.
But because I have a friend in Birmingham that did that a lot, and he would come to their house and like play in the living room.
That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
You see that if you watch or listen to the Emory guys too on Bad Christian Podcast.
Yeah.
Where it's like when they started that podcast, they were all like super into like Christianity and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you just watch them like slowly over time fall out of it.
I was I used to work at Starbucks for like 10 years, and my last location was in 5 Points in Southside. And there was a guy that came through, and I was like, man, this guy looks cool. Like, why does he look familiar or whatever?
Yeah.
And he goes outside and just staying there for a little bit. So I go out and check the tables. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? Where are you from? And he was like, I'm from, I think, Seattle. And I was like, oh, what are you doing here? He was like, a band just played a show. And I was like, oh, cool. What band are you guys in? He was like, Emory. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, that's awesome. And so then you get in that moment where you're like, all right, I don't want him to know, but I know. But like, man, you guys are awesome,
Yeah. Kind of like me.
Yeah, that's what I did with you. But Starbucks, I did that a lot. Like there was I remember
Because
working.
everybody's going to Starbucks.
Yeah, like whenever I worked in Birmingham, there was a guy that came through, and he was like, "Hey, let me get this." And we're like, "Okay, cool." And we're like, "Oh, where you headed tonight?" And he was like, "Heading out to a show." He said, "I work for this guy that's doing this thing," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And we were like, "Hey, like what is it?" And he was like, "It's Bill Cosby." And we're like, so we're making Bill Cosby's drink, and he was like, yeah, he's actually downtown.
Did you put the pills in it?
Yeah, so and we had stuff like the guy from Iron and Wine came through, and Andy Roddick came through one time, which was so weird because there was one time where they played tennis at the BJCC, and he came through and played, and so he stopped by and got his drink.
Because who's not going to Starbucks?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah. And we were the closest one to downtown at the time. And so
Think
that's
of how
why.
many people's assistants you gave coffee to that you
didn't
never
even
knew
know.
who
Yeah.
it was. Probably
so many.
hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe millions.
The other one was when I worked in Oxford, a guy named I say this. So Lecrae came through.
Oh, cool.
And I was gonna be like, a guy named Lecrae. And so I was going out to the car and I was like, wait, I need to go at least say something. And so I got him to sign my phone case or something. like
cool.
that.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
I like Lecrae.
it's good.
Yeah.
Sure used to be good. I don't know. I hadn't heard any of his new stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't listened.
Yeah.
My mom ruined me on Christian rap when she forced me to listen to KJ52 growing up.
It's KJ5 too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Well,
supposed to say
KJ5 too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But she made me listen to that. and I hated it so much. And I won't do Christian rap. Just can't.
There's a lot of
it
really
depends.
good Christian rap out there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really bad stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so.
Do you want me to do my things real quick?
Yeah.
The picks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. So I've got a report of. Have you ever heard of
A book report?
No.
Huh.
I don't know how this. Okay, this is from Mirror. If you've ever heard of Mirror.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're literally
Hey, let's just
looking
talk like
away
this,
from the mic, and you're like, "Have you ever heard of them?"
I need no headphones.
See?
I'll stay here.
There you go. You'll be like, oh, I can't hear myself.
I'm just going to read you this headline.
Okay.
Burger that tastes like human flesh, despite being vegan, wins top award.
Is that the goal, though?
Yeah.
Like, you want it to taste like human flesh?
Here's the subheading.
Who's tasted human
If you've
flesh?
ever hankered after the taste of human flesh, now you can sample it in the form of an all-new plant-based burger that claims to perfectly replicate the taste and texture of human meat.
Okay. So
My question to you
How many
is
cops?
what's the dollar amount?
Yeah. And
Well,
how many
here's-
cops are standing outside and be like, we've been waiting on you?
Yeah.
here's the thing though, is for it to taste like something.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't drink a Coke and then go back and like try and replicate it
Right.
and not know what Coke tastes like.
Yeah.
So,
So
you're
I've
saying
had
that
to
you had
eat-
to have flesh right
At
here.
You
some
have had
point,
to have
burger
eaten,
right
yeah,
here,
like you're
and do a
like
taste
doing
test.
taste tests, and you're like,
So it didn't get
Close,
into all
yeah.
that.
Closer.
this
Yep, we're
was-
getting
this
closer,
was almost
guys.
there.
Yeah.
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 I really need to taste the
So
sinews.
what are you going to try it
No,
if somebody gave it to you for free?
No.
You wouldn't take a bite of it,
never.
even though when it's made out of plants.
A of
not-
all, I'm not eating plant burgers. But
True.
I don't think I've ever been like, hey, I really want to taste human flesh right now.
What is the dollar amount that you're eating that burger? This burger, not even a real human burger. I've asked
That-
such worse questions.
Like,
on here.
someone pay us or we pay for it?
No.
Like, we get
I'll
paid.
give you $20 to eat this burger.
No.
$50.
No.
$100.
It would be getting out of debt money.
It's not actual human meat.
yeah, but then
Yeah,
you
but
know what
still.
human meat tastes like.
Supposedly.
Then
you might get a craving.
What if, yeah.
yeah,
What
it
if
is
it's
like
like
it
dead?
unleashes
Yeah.
some
It's like werewolf mode.
reptilian
Yeah.
brain? Ooh,
Like, this is what
Wait.
turns me into a vampire.
Josh, if I handed you this burger on a plate with $100 bill beside it, you're eating this burger.
no,
Yes, you are.
no. I can't because it's like
If somebody
now I
paid
know
for
what
it,
it
I'd
tastes
eat it.
like. If they were like, "Hey, you're gonna have a flight over the Andes Mountains. Do you want to try this burger first?" I'd be like, "I might as well."
Yeah, might as
Because
well.
I'm probably gonna have to eat human
Especially if you're a
flesh.
soccer player.
Yeah, if you're a soccer player in the '80s.
Wow. That was throwback.
Yeah.
What's the name of that movie?
I think it's like I think it's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No,
None
that's
of us
not what
know.
it was.
Okay.
It's not what it was.
It was, yeah.
Titanic.
No, I have it in my
Billboard
brain.
Dad.
It was some Spanish word, wasn't it? Or was it one single word and it was red across the plain
Yeah.
and the mountain?
It was alive.
It was
Wasn't
something like that.
I think
yeah.
it was.
I think it was alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you're seriously not going to eat this burger for money?
It's gonna
For
be a lot
real
of money.
money.
It's gonna be.
$500.
You're probably getting close.
You've lost your mind.
You're probably getting close.
If you gave me a $5 bill and paid for the sandwich, I'd eat it.
It would take.
What? Jeez.
So what's your?
You can keep the $5. If you just pay for it, I'd eat it.
I don't know.
It's not real human meat.
I know, but it's the thought of it. That's like
Okay. You can't get over a thought for $500.
not for 500. We keep bumping that number up.
$750. I can't go above $750. I thought we'd be under $100. I didn't know this was
'Cause
going to be.
it's the whole like now I know what it tastes like and maybe I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Because then you'd have to keep that secret forever.
yeah.
Be like, no.
And not
Or
eat it.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
keep that secret and
Or
you'd be in
have
jail.
To, or
Yeah,
you'd have to eat a
'cause-
bunch of these and then you'd get sick from that.
I'm telling you, it's a trap. There's
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
be cops that are like,
Oh, that's like the. Have you ever seen the?
catfishing for.
It was in
They'll set a
Alabama.
bike out on the street and wait for somebody to come
Well,
grab it.
they did. Hey, you just won tickets to the Super Bowl, and then it was. Oh, actually, we've got a warrant for your arrest. Like they come
came
to
to the
pick
door?
up tickets,
And they
you come to
arrested
pick
them?
up tickets, and they're like, "Gotcha."
That's funny.
Is that not like the
Entrapment?
Yeah, entrapment.
It's
But is
definitely
it-
entrapment.
It's the same thing where
Wouldn't
that
it-
guy's like, "Hey, why were you coming here to pick up a? You thought you were coming to pick up a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah.
why did you come here? What
Yeah.
was that? What was that show called?
Titanic.
Oh my gosh.
Was it a real show or a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a show.
It was with Chris Harrison.
Oh, To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally To Catch a Predator because obviously you've been
But
eating
these
people.
guys were like,
A
they were
cannibal.
fugitives.
To Catch a
To
Cannibal.
Catch a Cannibal.
These
I'd
guys,
watch that
Sold.
show.
Netflix will pick that up.
for sure.
That's greenlit.
It's probably
Today.
already on there.
yeah.
already
It's
on
in
there.
If I had to
production.
guess, yeah.
You just don't know.
All right. Well, I was sorely displeased with that. I thought it was going to be a normal money amount. I'll see if I can get you on this one. Okay. One of these has to go. Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper?
Sprite.
Coke.
Pepsi.
All different.
I gotta have Coke though. Coke is like that one guilty pleasure that we have.
Coke Ices, I love.
Have you ever had a Pepsi Icy?
They're okay.
Yeah. Pepsi,
I
Dr.
love
Pepper, and
Pepsi.
Sprite can stay. Coke can.
How
hit
often you
the
drinking Sprite? Who drinks
Never.
Sprite?
I never drink Sprite.
Yeah.
Other than like, oh, my stomach hurts. I don't even do it then.
You're not even supposed to drink Sprite when your stomach hurts. You're supposed to drink
That's what
7
my-
Up.
Well, my mom told me.
Why
Sprite's got
7
too
Up
much
though?
sugar. 7 Up
I
is like
always had
gross
the,
Sprite.
we always had like cranberry 7-Up. That was our thing. I was like, why? Now I can't drink it anymore.
7 Up is like Sprite, but the top part with the ice that's diluted a little bit. That's
Right, yeah.
7 Up.
Mm.
Stirred. Dr. Pepper is the go-to though.
Yeah.
That's-
Dr. Pepper's
you can't
great.
beat that.
Dr. Pepper's good. That's my alternative.
So if it was 3 have to go,
Oh, if 3 have
if
to
you
go?
can, 1 stays.
Oh, Dr. Pepper for me.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
I'd probably keep Pepsi.
I'd probably keep Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It'd be close between Pepsi and Dr. Pepper.
I wouldn't want to give up Dr. Pepper.
Here's the question too though. How are you getting it? So is it in a
Oh.
can?
It
Is
doesn't matter. Just that's the.
A fountain Coke is way different than a bottled Coke.
Did you know that McDonald's has a special secret contract with Coke? That's why their Coke and Diet Coke. It's not even made in the same place that like
Right.
canned Coke is.
So I saw a thing from McDonald's the other day, and it was they keep the syrup refrigerated, and they keep the like the soda water refrigerated. Like everything else is in a bag
beforehand, yeah.
that's just in a cardboard box, and the bag's inside the cardboard box,
Yeah.
and then it's just
And
it's
then
just
they all
hot.
sit on a big shelf.
Yeah, and so it's actually it's not like a super secret formula. It's that the concentrate is mixed in with the soda water a little bit more because they're expecting the ice to melt a little bit. And so they've already like calculated that into there, and it's all the same no matter what McDonald's you go to.
yeah.
I love the way you say McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It is McDonald's.
McDonald's. It's got an
Okay.
A in it.
Yeah, McDonald. He's from Scotland.
McDonald's.
That's fun.
Fritz. God.
That's good.
Yeah, so we can do either the Rotten Tomatoes thing or the name of movie.
Let's do the Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's the where you pick.
Yeah.
So
okay.
so you pick 3, and you'll need. Do you have your phone?
It's over there.
I'm gonna
Chuck.
look. I'll look them up.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll explain it to the audience. If you haven't listened to this before,
This is only the second time we've done
Yeah,
this. So.
the way that we play this is you have to pick 3 movies, and based on the critics' reviews of those movies on Rotten Tomatoes,
critics reviews.
the critics' reviews, not the viewers' reviews, it has to.
Which is more accurate.
Whoever gets closest to 150
Yeah. And you
wins.
can go over.
Yeah,
3 movies, 150 Rotten Tomato critic score.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're going first. Dang.
Well, it's got to be one of the hosts.
Is it
I'm
going to be
looking up-
like 1-1-1, and then we'll do it like that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
So this is the way that I do it, and it won last time. So I pick a really high movie,
That's what I'm about to do.
and then I pick 2 movies that I know are going to be horrible.
Okay.
And try and get to it. I'm going
And I-
Titanic.
Yeah, and we can't pick
And we can't pick the same movie.
the same movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Titanic.
Got it.
So Titanic.
Man, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Man, that's cheating.
Well, because I'm thinking I'm like
Rotten Tomatoes.
92.
All right, 87. So write your
Wow.
87.
Wow.
You keep up with
Yeah.
the scores, because
Oh, shoot.
This makes me think of like Family Feud at the end.
Okay.
all right. So you got an 87.
Top Gun.
Which one?
The original.
The first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet the rating's higher on the new one than it
Yeah.
is the old one.
It may be,
What do we got?
but
Okay. Hold on. But it immediately pulled up the old one. 58.
Ooh, you got a lot
dang.
of ground to make up.
Yeah.
See,
Just
that's the
under.
stuff. How did that
See
movie
the
not
odd, but
hold
the
up?
audience
Yeah.
score was an 83.
and you got to think like Top Gun was a cult classic. So like
It wasn't that.
critics are not going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And what is a movie critic?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Top Gun Maverick, which
It's
is
probably an
a
87.
96.
96. That's a.
But wait, here's the thing. You can't do that because you saw it first.
I didn't.
And then you're like,
it
I'm going to go
literally
with it.
it pulled this up, and then I didn't look. I went like this, and then
Okay.
tried to go back.
All right.
I mean, I can.
Says
I
the
can
guy
throw
that
that one
just
out.
did it.
I can throw that one out.
I think
we'll
you
throw
should-
that one out.
Okay.
If you want to win with an asterisk,
No,
that's fine.
We'll throw that one out.
If that's how you want to win.
Avengers Endgame.
Okay, that's
Wow.
like another 96.
Is it really?
So 94.
Yeah.
Dang. I am horrible at this already.
New movies will get you points.
Okay.
Okay.
Duly noted.
All right. So I'm at 87. So I've got about 80 points.
Yeah.
73 points? I don't know how to do. Okay.
73's right.
But 2 movies to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to. No, I can't do. I screwed myself. I gotta find 2 movies that are 40s. I don't. This is horrible. Thor. Whatever the second Thor. Oh, I've already said that. I said that last time. The one with the ether.
Dark
Because
World.
did that one.
Yeah.
Then we'll do the third Iron Man movie.
Wow. So we're just going to hit Marvels.
The second Iron Man. No, the third one. Sorry, the
Okay.
third one.
We're locked in on number 3.
This is way over.
Final
79.
answer.
I've got like 3 points to play with.
Jeez.
No, I'm busted already.
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay.
Busted
Wow.
in 2 movies.
Well,
That's what you get.
there's. I've got a 4.
Four,
So
yeah.
I can't there. I don't have
You
a lot
gotta
of
have
wiggle room.
bad movies.
I don't have a lot of wiggle room.
All right, just so I can get some playing room. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Ooh, I bet it didn't hold up worth a fart. You're probably
Yeah.
29.
Let's see. Here we go. 78.
Jeez. How did that do better?
The audience scores a 54.
Wow. Than Top Gun, the original.
So you're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 136.
136.
So you've got 14 points to play with.
I could do that.
You just got to think like the worst
Most
movie ever.
obscure movie.
Or
Oh.
Josh is gonna bust right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. It's the Dick Trickle. That's one of the guys in the movie.
Oh, well, you
It's
gotta
the,
think of the name.
It's the
No. That's a real race car driver.
Yeah, he's a race car driver.
well they had he was in this movie.
What is it?
It's the Tom Cruise NASCAR movie,
Oh, Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
I bet that's good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot better.
I don't know.
You're busted.
You busted.
38.
Ooh.
Still in this thing.
All right,
I don't have a lot of points though left to.
10, 11, 12, 122.
I'm at 122.
I gotta go.
Okay, so what are you at then?
136.
136?
I was at,
Yeah.
no, he's one. I
Oh.
busted.
Well, it don't matter.
Oh, well, I
We can
erased
still go
mine
over.
already. Oh.
What
was it?
What were your 2 movies?
No, we're not doing that.
Yes.
You're 136. You're
What was your-
122.
What were your movies?
I don't remember. Titanic and something else. I was 158 points.
Okay, so Titanic was 87.
Yeah, let's just see where you landed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
And
not
then I
out.
said the third
Oh, Iron Man
Iron
3.
Man movie, which was like a 80 something.
79.
150, 167.
167. 167, 130,
136.
136.
And
And
122.
All right.
you got
Yeah.
you got one.
Yeah.
You're still in the game.
He still wants you to go.
Yeah.
What's that movie with that evil leprechaun that kills people?
Oh yeah.
That might be a 0.
It had are you talking about the one with Jennifer Aniston?
Was it not just called Leprechaun?
Was it
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Leprechaun.
That was the creepiest movie.
Terrible.
Yeah. Who was in it?
Jennifer Aniston. She was like a little girl. She was young in it.
She wasn't a little girl, but
She was younger.
she was younger. 27.
So
Good to know.
Yeah.
195. 194.
Warwick Davis was the
Yeah, it's
leprechaun.
Willow. This guy played Willow.
And then Jennifer Aniston was Tori Redding.
Wow.
All right, you've got 14 points.
All right. I want to say Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Evil Dead 2.
What is it? What is it?
95.
It was what?
95?
95.
What was Evil Dead 1? I want to know what the first one was.
What critics are giving that
I
movie
don't know.
95?
Here it is. I think this is it. 1981, 95.
Evil Dead. Yeah, that's.
So what is the score difference between the two of you?
So he's at 231 now.
And what are you at?
194.
Dang.
And you're at 122. All you got to do is not hit a 72, and you win.
So
You have
my goal initially was to go older
Okay.
on these last two.
Well, you
Yeah.
got
Because-
72 points.
But both of y'all
Just messed
Disprove
up. doing
that.
just disproved that.
Either that or we've just got really good taste.
That's true.
That's true.
So,
That's what that shows. Is that you that's what
I
that
should have been a critic.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah.
All right, you got 72 points, Josh.
Okay. But I could lose it because it's closest to 50.
Yeah.
So you could win it if I go way, way low.
No, you're within 30 of 150 and I'm
Okay.
50 over. No. You have 72, you have 71 points to play with.
Okay. I'm going to go.
And I'm going to look this one up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a
So-
point.
I'm going to go with the cult classic, Mary-Kate and Ashley's When in Rome.
Wow.
Just When in Rome. That's all you got to put.
Because you've done it already?
No.
Did you hear that?
Look, you want to
Put
look at
your
my
phone up.
Is When in Rome on here
2010 film.
with
Nope.
Mary-Kate and Ashley?
$2002. Where did I get the Rotten Tomatoes?
You might have to type it in Google too.
Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't have a review. Oh, thank God.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with Mary-Kate and Ashley's New York Minute.
Why do you know all these? That's not
Just
even
type in
Watched
Rotten
them.
Tomatoes New York Minute.
You watched them last week.
Yeah, he
that why?
knows.
So
Yeah.
no.
That's
This
so-
is so. It used to be a joke of mine that anytime it'd be like somebody would be like, "What's that movie?" and I would just
11.
list.
You jerk.
I would just list Mary-Kate and Ashley
Yeah.
movies. They'd be like, "What was
11.
that movie?" And I'd be like, "Oh, Billboard
You got
Dad."
a 47 audience score.
Wow.
11.
11%.
Jeez. But did you really win?
Yeah.
Y'all are just trying to lessen the fact that I just won
did
from
you
me
really?
winning by like just making it. Lee's like, "Oh, you must have done this before."
Yeah.
When you said, "Oh, don't worry about all that," all you have to type in is "when in Rome."
Huh?
You just said that. You said, "Don't type it on. Just type in "when in Rome."
That means
Oh, yeah.
You've done it.
Because
You
I
looked it
know.
up before.
Okay, what wasn't even how could that be true when it wasn't even scored?
Hey, good win, man. Good win.
That's good.
That movie wasn't even scored.
Hey, you won. Good win. You won. That's awesome.
Jason's got your trophy downstairs.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh won the game.
Good job.
We finally got Matt on the pod.
Yep.
Oh, Matt. I thought you said mad.
No, we've done that.
We got Matt on the podcast.
No, you did.
That's
good.
I'm mad because you're trying to take my win away
His
from
hat's
me.
about to blow off
It's
the top
not really
of
a
his
win,
head.
though. Yeah.
Trying to take my win away.
Have you heard the end of this show before?
Oh, here we go.
Crap.
I never made it to the end.
Good. Well, here you go.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, Matt,
appreciate
thank you for coming.
Yeah.
This is episode 112. Josh, everybody, thank you for letting us into your hearts and minds and your places of work and your homes.
And your butts.